Good day, everyone. My name is Peter Burton, and I work at SEESA in the Port Elizabeth branch as a Skills Development Facilitator.
Good day, my name is Kayla Fourie, and I also work in the Port Elizabeth branch as a Skills Development Facilitator. Today we will be discussing how to conduct a proper employment equity analysis, the importance of the analysis, as well as the duties of the committee. Now, Peter, can you just recap for us what employment equity is?
Certainly, Kayla, no problem. Just to recap what employment equity is. Employment equity is the process whereby the company achieves equity by eliminating unfair discrimination and implementing certain transformation targets. Kayla, as you know, every designated employer needs to have an employment equity committee that represents the different groups within the business. What we have come to realize is that some of our clients are still a bit unsure of what exactly the responsibilities of the employment equity committee is. Today, we will be discussing this to give some more clarity on the analysis of the business. What is the main responsibility of an employment equity committee? One of the main reasons for the employment equity committee is to conduct an in-depth analysis of the business to identify any employment equity barriers. In regards to this, Kayla, what aspects of the business should the employment equity committee analyze?
So, Peter, there are three main aspects that need to be analyzed, and we start with analyzing the representation of the company, comparing it to our economic active population percentages, and then taking note of our designated groups who were previously disadvantaged. These are our African people, our colored people, our Indian people, women, as well as people with disabilities. We then take our provincial economic active population percentages, compare it to the company as a whole to establish which demographics of each occupational level are underrepresented or overrepresented. Now, these companies should strive to reach these percentages that have been set out by the Department of Labour. Now, Peter, what do you think is causing these representation barriers?
Well, Kayla, the second aspect of the analysis that we will be discussing will bring some clarity on the question that you have just raised. The second aspect that has to be analyzed within the business are the policies, procedures, and practices. This can be identified by, in the case of our recruitment procedures, we can look at the different recruitment areas needed in our business. Does our recruitment procedures have an unbiased selection criteria, and does it fall in line with our numerical goals and targets as set out in our EE plan? Another example from the list of barriers applicable to your question is the advertising policies. Is our advertising methods reaching our target market as we set out for it to be? Does the business have an advertising policy, and are we meeting the correct target with these? Target candidates must be met in terms of under or over-representation targets within the business. In summary, these are two examples from the list of policies, procedures, and practices that our company can make use of to analyze the business. Kayla, will you be able to explain and expand a bit more concerning the third and final aspect to be analyzed within the business?
Certainly, Peter. So our final aspect is the working environment and analyzing any possible barriers that may affect employees. An example of this is employees with a disability and ensuring that they are accommodated in all aspects of the working environment. Now, when all the three findings have been thoroughly analyzed by the committee, these findings are then concluded in forming our affirmative action and forms part of our employment equity plan, thus ensuring equity in the workplace. Now, Peter, how do we implement these affirmative action measures to overcome these barriers that we've just identified?
Kayla, the nice thing is that your SEESA Skills Development Facilitator will be able to assist and offer possible solutions to ensure a more equitable representation within the workplace. On top of that, SEESA have also developed a system called Profile Web to assist in the drafting of employment equity documents to ensure it is accurate and in line with the Department of Labour's requirements. Basically, cutting out any human errors that we used to have before.
Thank you, Peter. That's good news. We know that employment equity compliance is a long and complicated procedure. Luckily enough, your Skills Development Facilitator will guide you through this process. That is all we have time for today. To access a Skills Development Facilitator, please visit our website.